finish making our rounds. That's my brother over there selling drinks. Our dream is to make enough money to open our own store. Good luck, have fun. The girl selling flowers over there, Irene, she's my sister. Go on and take a look at her flower shop. Oh, isn't that nice? I read about it in the liberal news, but that sky bandit thing sure was crazy. It's a nightmare for us up here if the public flights get stopped. We've got to deal with all the passengers. Good luck with that. Have fun, man. All the orbments stopped working last night, right? It's such a good thing it didn't happen during the day. I don't want to think what would have happened if there had been any ships in the air. Oh yeah, good point. Didn't even think about that. I still haven't heard the reason for all the orbments stopping cold yesterday. I hope it never happens again. Yep. No kidding. That would really suck. Holy crap. Wasn't that whole Sky Bandit thing in boat settled by bracers too? How lucky we are to have the Royal Army on duty. Interesting. Tita, everyone, how are you? Professor Russell is in his workshop on the 3rd floor. He seemed pretty impatient, like he was waiting on something or someone. Good morning, it's been quite a busy day so far. We've had so many customers coming in thinking last night's incident was due to broken orbments. It makes you realize just how many of Zeiss's citizens don't understand orbment technology. Did she say Professor Russell is on the 3rd floor? Maybe we should check that out. Nobody in the tunnel. Bit too bad. Really like the music there. Roger. I'll start with the conveyor then. I'd like you to start by checking the conveyor to make sure there aren't any problems as a result of yesterday's little incident. When that's done, run a safety check on the outside machines. Alright. Pretty sure she said 3rd floor. Yeah, 3rd floor. Alright, got it. That's Igor over there. He's such a pain in the butt. I can totally see why he's lived his entire life single. Okay, rude. I came up here to look up some stuff about what happened yesterday. And look around! All this mess? It's because she ain't doing her job. And to think she's getting paid to do this. Constance! Think I could trouble you to do a little actual work? I mean, look at this place. Books lying around all over. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. She doesn't do any work. She just foists it on us. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Murdoch. Good morning, sir. What a day yesterday was. We've been getting complaints from the citizens all morning. Wow, that's rough. It's not like it was your fault or anything. We're very sorry, sir. We didn't mean to cause... No, don't apologize. These kinds of things happen when you're doing science. It happens a little bit more often around Professor Russell's science, though. Speaking of the professor, has he come in already? Oh yes, he came in very early this morning, all fired up about something. You probably need some assistance, so go on up to his workshop and see him. It's on the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor. Let's go then. I've got a bad feeling about this. By the way, Tita. Sir? Please don't get the professor too excited. If we get a repeat of yesterday, we won't be able to do anything for a while. I understand, sir. I'll be careful. The professor should be in his workshop, up on 3. Don't get him all worked up. If we have a repeat of yesterday, we won't be able to do anything for a while. Alright, dude. Still can't go in here, huh? It's like his personal research lab, right? Full of, I don't know, homunculi or something. Where he does his human experimentation. What a night that was. We were rushing to finish our test units when suddenly everything just went black. I almost glued the soles onto the desk. Are you making shoes? The incident last night was pretty fascinating, wasn't it? I heard there was some kind of interference with the Orbal generators. That was news to me. Everyone's calling it some kind of disaster, but surely someone got something from it. What do you think, Tita? Yes. Very fascinating. I'm sure I could have guessed you'd say that. You do take after Professor Russell. Terry is a completely different story, though. The incident last night was pretty fascinating. Okay. Yeah. More tomatoes. We can get a tomato every single day. We come here. Antoine! Good morning to you. It would seem yesterday was quite stressful for everyone. Doctor? Was everything here all right? The clinic isn't quite tied into the rest of the factory, so things were mostly quiet. Everyone else was running about until all hours, though. When I came in this morning, I found Antoine asleep on the bed. Poor little dear was exhausted. Antoine? That's what we call the cat. He's been living here at the factory for a while. He doesn't have an owner and tends to be cared for by anyone who feels the urge. So he's kind of like everybody's cat. Yes, something like that. Though I'm sure Antoine has little desire to be formally owned by any one person. Do be friendly to him if you see him around the factory. Of course. Now that I've introduced you to Antoine, I believe it's time for me to return to work. Weren't you in the middle of something yourself, Tita? Yes, ma'am. I was on my way to talk to my grandfather. Professor Russell should be in his workshop down on the 3rd floor. Thank you. We didn't know that, you know. He came in especially early this morning. The 3rd floor workshop. Got it. Let's go. Yes, we probably should. Goodbye, Goodbye, Dr. Miriam. Goodbye. Yep. See ya, Antoine. Were we already here? Yes, we were. Do we get another tomato? We do! Every time we come into this room, we get another tomato. That's great. What do we use them for? Don't know. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure we can use them for something. Good morning, all. I was quite surprised today. Since I came in this morning, the Orbal calculator seems to be working more smoothly. If things continue at this pace, we can look forward to work as usual in a few days. I don't exactly know why, but I'm feeling much better. Since this morning, the readings on the Orbal calculator have been rock solid. After I spent all that time tinkering with it before. Why is it working now? Because of the shutdown? Oh. Do you think it might have something to do with the Orbal shutdown? Maybe it just needed to be restarted. Maybe it just needed to be rebooted. Alright, nothing, nobody up there. Alright, guess we can go to the 3rd floor now. Go visit Grandpa Russell. Design room. Yesterday's event was quite the surprising phenomenon. As far as I know, this event is inexplicable within the limits of our current knowledge of Orbal technology. Okay, now where did I put those documents? Louise? She's an exemplary researcher and scientist. But she's losing her drive working on Orbal weapons research and design. I agree with her transfer. It'll be good for her. Oh, she's a dedicated and highly experienced researcher. Putting her on a project she really wants to work on can only be good for the factory. I know you're probably busy due to last night, Carl, but I wonder if I could have a word. I want to discuss Louise. Her original application stated a desire to work on airships. If possible, I'd like to move her to work on the Arce's Orbal engine project. What do you think, as her supervisor? I think it's time we gave the opportunity to Louise. If you agree, I'll take our proposal to Murdoch right away. Alright. Let's go! Bah! Another failure. Grandpa, we came to see if we could help. Ah, hello, Tita. And you two are here as well, I see. What can I say? We were worried. So what are you working on? Well, as you can see, I'm trying to cut into the black orbment, but it hasn't been going very well. What seems to be the problem? Perhaps the demonstration is in order. And click. Whoa, what's that thing? It's a circular saw. It's made of a special alloy that can cut through basically anything. That ought to do it then. It stopped? I thought that might happen. It's on a smaller scale, but it's the same phenomenon as yesterday. It seems like the Orbal black orbment is blocking the functionality of the other orbments, interfering with them in some way. And I doubt it was solely made for the purpose of killing the lice. Yeah. But Grandpa, doesn't the effect spread like it did last night? Yes, good thinking. This interference with nearby orbments seems to spread out, moving from orbment to orbment like chain lightning. I've put the range at about 5 arch. But if there are no orbments powered on within that range, well then, that's where the effect stops. I see, that makes sense. However, even with that knowledge, there's no way to know why it causes machines to simply stop without getting a look inside it. It's very troubling. Is there any way to destroy the thing? Maybe with a good scream and a really hard whack. Don't be ridiculous. Didn't you see the big saw do exactly nothing to it just a moment ago? Okay, but the saw was orbment powered. Maybe if we do something physical and mechanical that doesn't require orbments, right? If there was enough force behind it? Well, yeah. Anyone thought of trying fire? Yeah, we could burn it. Maybe it'd melt down in a blast furnace or something. If we did that, the insides of it would melt too. Oh yeah, well, it was worth a shot. Actually, it might work. Really? You know of a way to burn it open? No, that's not what I meant. Orbal power, that which drives orbments to work, can't be used for this problem. We'll have to find a way that doesn't rely on any orbal energy. Is there even such a thing? The combustion engine. It's a device that burns fuel to generate energy. The idea's been around for a long time, but it's very inefficient when compared to an orbal engine. However, all you need to work on them are standard tools. Huh, neat. I get it, fire is the key. But Grandpa, I've never even seen one of them. I'm pretty certain that there's one under study in the central factory workshop. Oh, you'll need to get fuel as well. Like oil or something? No, it's called gasoline. It's extremely flammable. There's likely a tank or canister of it stored in reserve. Huh, yes, it should do the job. I'll start getting the tools ready. I'll help. Is there anything we can do? I mean, I can't do anything super technical like Tita can. Well, you could go and get the engine and gasoline. It's going to be heavy, but you braces should be strong enough to move it. Okay, leave it to us. So, where would we find these? Huh? Let's see. Don't tell me that you've forgotten. I've forgotten. He just said not to say that. Estelle? If you look in the operations room, you could probably find them. What the heck is an operations room? It's a room with a bunch of Orbal computers. It's on the 5th floor. We store all kinds of information there for safekeeping. Wow, I didn't even know there was such a place. Then I leave it in your capable hands. Making coffee, fetching stuff. Well played, old man, well played. Oh well, let's go find this operations room thingy. To the 5th floor then. Remember, they're in storage, in operations on the 5th floor. 5th floor operations. Got it, let's get going. Huh? What are you doing? I need that combustion engine and some gasoline. Rude. So, she's to be transferred. I hear she'll be waiting on airships, working on airships like she's always wanted. Good for her. I shouldn't think of this as a setback. I've got to get this new Orbal gun into production. We'll take it. We will help you test it. Yesterday's event was quite the surprising phenomenon. As far as I know, this event... Okay. Alright. See if we have anything new going on. Well, hello there. Did you meet with Professor Russell? Yes, we did. We're helping him out right now, as a matter of fact. We need to go check something out up in operations. Operations? I hope it's alright to go up there. They've been in the middle of recalibrating. Is there some kind of problem? No, operations is just a lot of delicate machinery that needs a lot of attention. Go and see for yourself. Are you sure it's alright? It doesn't sound alright. We have to go anyway, so worrying will do little good. Yeah, true enough. See you, Doctor. Thank you for your help. Goodbye. Did you forget something? I think your only option right now is to go to operations. Well, we have our test units ready. We're just waiting for the testers. Looks like I need to adjust the insoles a little bit. Terry, you know the proposal deadline for next term's thesis is coming up, right? What should I do? Got any brainstorms for me? Sorry. I'm pretty busy right now. Come up with something on your own. Oh, Slam. That Terry, he's been getting quite an attitude of late. I mean, you'd think he'd be more appreciative working so close to genius. Just keep picking the tomatoes. For what? I know not. We're on the 4th floor. We were on the 3rd floor, no? Let's go to the 2nd floor, see what's up. Thank you for your time. I'd like to talk about the new Orbal engine project we're running for the RSA. Hello, Hugo. I heard that Clive from Ruan turned us down. Finding a replacement for him isn't going to be easy. Can't Igor just read quietly? Doesn't he know anything about how libraries work? Can't seem to find that book I was needing to read. On the other hand, I did find some other pretty fascinating stuff to fill my time. Ooh, I'll have to read this one sometime too. And dang it if the book I need ain't here. Can't seem to find that book I was needing to read either. Been so busy worrying about filling my head I forgot to fill my stomach. Better go get me some lunch sooner or later. Alright, dude. Probably nobody in there. Probably... Oh, here you are. What kind of guy is he? I tried asking her friends, but they didn't tell me much. Gah, I just can't concentrate. Dude. Come on, Faye, time to work. The conveyor's in order. Let's take a look at the warehouse next. Alright. Hello everyone, is there anything I can help you with? We need to go to operations? Operations is up on the 5th floor. Take the elevator. If you need anything else, don't be afraid to ask me. Okay. Hello there. Would you like to see our selection of quartz? We have quite a wide variety of quality crystals to peruse. Cool. Has anything outside changed? Probably not. Our dream is to have at least one store of our own someday. I'd love to have a warm little store like the Bell Station. I can't just think about sales. I have to worry about management too. Having a down-home, friendly store is an easy thing to say, but hard to actually do. Okay. That's my brother over there, selling drinks. Our dream is to make enough money to open our own store. Alright. Okay. A little weird, but what else? Wow, check out this place. This has to be the operations room. Hey, you two. I haven't seen you before, so you mind telling me what business you have in here? My name's Travis, Senior Engineer and Supervisor. Nice to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. We're here at the request of Professor Russell, so if... Professor Russell? He's not in trouble again, is he? Again? You really don't have much faith in him, do you? No, I mean, I realize that he's a genius. He was the one who developed the Capel unit, after all. But even being acquainted with him results in no end of trouble. Tita, on the other hand, is an incredibly sweet girl, just an all-around good kid. Huh, yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't think we have time to stand around talking in this case. We need to find where the central factory stores its equipment. Oh, is that what this is all about? In that case, go right ahead. I'll show you how it works. This cylindrical device is a type of computer. It's called a Capel. These days, they mostly get used to assist in airship navigation. But this one is equipped for the fastest general-purpose data processing in the world. It can be used for anything, from calculating material density to information retrieval. Now, for information retrieval, you have to use this front panel to select that mode. That will send the signal through the wiring and allow you to access the memory orbit. There is a quartz inside that trains a rapid light pulse on it, you see. Then it simply extracts the data you want. So I trust you know how it works now. Click button. Click button again. Yes. No sweat and no clue. Yep, no sweat. I'm impressed, Estelle. You're way better with modern technology than I am. Haha. Okay, so I lied. All that stuff went completely over my head. Well, here's the setup. You change the mode with this panel. I'm sure you'll figure it out in no time. Go ahead, touch the panel. You should figure out what to do quickly enough. Yep. Hey, how's the Orbal calculator holding up? My meters are saying that everything is running smoothly. The Orbal calculator, Capel system, copyright, Zeiss Central Factory, blah blah blah, information retrieval, memory check okay, database access, please input search term. Central Factory, ooh, establishment, universal tech, related topics. Establishment, okay, death of Professor C. Epstein in the sovereign state of Lemon. Professor A. Russell returns to the liberal kingdom. He proposes the spread of orbit technology to a chilly reception. Professor Russell forms a partnership with the Zeiss Clockmakers Union. Together, they establish the Zeiss Engineering Factory, later renamed the Central Factory. Edgar III, after an inspection of the factory, donates a large amount of money to further its research. Professor Russell becomes the first factory chief. Edgar III dies, and Alicia II assumes the throne. Construction is completed on the Langland Bridge. The first Orbal-powered airship, the Calatrava, is completed. 39 failed test flights before success was achieved. The Zeiss Engineering Factory is renamed Zeiss Central Factory and begins sharing technology with the Verne Company and Reinford Company. The Liberal Orbal Ship Corporation is established, and the Transit Community Airship, the Lind, is commissioned. Transit Commuter Airship, the Cecilia, is commissioned. Factory Airship, the Leibniz, is completed. The Zeiss Central Factory is dismantled and reconstructed at its current site. The partially underground factory in the Chaldea Hills is completed. Professor Russell resigns from his position as factory chief and is succeeded by Murdoch. Natural science and medical research divisions are founded. The passenger ship, Eterna, sinks in Calvard waters. Crown Prince Judas dies. Is that... Okay. Is that, like, Queen Alicia's son? And that's why, like, Dunnan is the only, like, successor to her? The Orbal Network, a joint venture with the Epstein Foundation, is publicly announced. Outbreak of the 100 Days War. The Central Factory is taken by the Erebonian army. Professor Russell develops patrol airships at Leiston Fortress, which are used to mount a highly effective counteroffensive, and soon become central to the Royal Army. Burl and Erebonia sign a peace accord. Orbment exports to the Erebonian Empire resume. Version 1.0 of the Capel Orbal computer is completed. Development commences on the high-speed cruiser, the Arcee. The Arcee is completed and flight tests commence. That was interesting. Oh, this is a lot of stuff. Orbments. Okay, general term for devices that draw orbal energy from septium, invented 50 years ago by Professor C. Epstein. The clockwork mechanism inside causes a reaction between quartz, which in turn produces a variety of different phenomena. Their greatest advantages over combustion engines is that the orbal energy within them is gradually restored over time, and the variety of different phenomena they can produce. They're also much more economically efficient. Alright. Crystal circuit, quartz, an electrical circuit with a crystalline structure made from processed septium fragments, sepith. They serve as an energy source, but also cause varied phenomena, which are only seen when they are placed inside an orbit. Septium, a grouping of 7 gemstones found throughout the continent. Prized as jewels for eons, it was also regarded as a symbol of mystery. The invention of technology to refine and process septium fragments too small to use as jewels, called sepith, and make them into quartz, resulted in a massive increase in the importance of septium as a resource across the continent. Interesting. Orbal airships, Orbal ships, commonly regarded as the crowning achievement of orbit technology, enables the power of flight by combining a flight engine to control gravity and an orbal engine to provide vast amounts of energy. Because of the need for high-efficiency orbal energy transfer and the complexity of controlling the airship, many modern Orbal ships are equipped with highly capable Orbal arithmetic logic units. Orbal ships less than 20 arch in length are simply called airships. Alright. Orbal weaponry. Any firearm or cannon powered with orbment technology, currently the most common form of military weaponry among many nations. With Orbal firearms, energy is focused in a helical path along the barrel, down to a tiny point, which then forces a large metal projectile outward at high velocity. These guns can fire more rounds than traditional gunpowder arms, and at adjustable levels of force. Orbal cannons, meanwhile, fire shells containing energy which explode on impact. Similar to Orbal guns, these have less recoil than gunpowder using cannons, and their power can be similarly adjusted. Tactical orbments. Orbments used to manipulate Orbal magics, usually no larger than a pocket watch, so its internal workings are extremely minute and elegantly constructed. When quartz designed for tactical orbment use is installed, it improves the abilities of its bearer. Interesting. When this quartz synchronizes with the bearer, aka the resonance phenomenon, the internal mechanisms take over the otherwise complex process that would be required to use magic, allowing just about anyone to use it in the form of Orbal arts. Furthermore, the arts the user is able to use can be changed depending on the combination of quartz inside. Cool. Very interesting. Haulage vehicle. Okay. Combustion engine, a machine which generates usable energy by burning fuel within, less efficient than its Orbal counterpart due to issues with gaseous exhaust and noise pollution. Combustion engine number owned 1, owner, maintenance chief Gustav. Whoever that is. Entry, gasoline, a liquid derived from the purification of the naturally occurring hydrocarbon compound known as petroleum. Used primarily as fuel for combustion engines and as industrial solvent. Republic manufactured gasoline. Emergency stores, 20 mid-sized tanks, repository, Orbit manufacturing factory. Haulage vehicle, Orbal haulage vehicle. Any wheeled vehicle powered by Orbal energy, widely considered uncomfortable to ride and very limited in speed, primarily used for transporting cargo. No data, underground factory entrance. Okay. Manufacturing, Orbit manufacturing factory. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright. Looks like you found what you were looking for. Wow, it's like a magic box or something. Orbal computers are really something. As I understand it, Professor Russell's teacher, Professor Epstein, was responsible for the original concept. But it was Professor Russell's talent that made an idea into reality. If only his presence of mind were on par with his intelligence. Huh, well, Adios isn't one to bestow 2 blessings on one person. By the way, where can we find the guy who has one of those combustion engine thingies? The maintenance chief, right? Where is he? He's currently overseeing the airfield, so you'd have to go there to speak to him. Also, the gasoline is likely in orbment manufacturing in the basement. Talk to the staff there. I'm sure they'll be happy to get it for you. Maintenance Chief Gustav is down at the airfield working on a combustion engine, and the gasoline is in the basement orbment manufacturing facility. Thanks, you've been a big help. Think nothing of it. Let me know if you need anything else. Cool. The maintenance chief is also in charge of the airfield, so you'll find him there. The gasoline is located, blah blah blah. Okay. Just ask him, okay. Come back. Okay. Yep. Where does this go? Oh, it goes outside. I knew that. We need to go to the orbment production facility and talk to Maintenance Chief Gustav. Take the elevator down to basement level 1. The Maintenance Chief will probably be at the airship boarding platform. He only comes back to the factory if there's some kind of official business for him. Alright, cool. Do you have anything new? Hello there. Alright, cool. Okay, well, we'll end things here for now and pick back up